So this might look a little bit different, but it's my new studio. If you're subscribed to my channel, welcome back. And if you're not, well, this is a channel where I make videos about tech and filmmaking. Plus, if you subscribe, you'll be one of the first people to see my entire tour of this brand new studio that I've already built out almost. My last studio tour will be linked up here, but this office is next level. So it's snow today and I had an itch to go out and shoot some sample footage. I wanted to drop it in Davinci Resolve and show you guys how you can make dull, flat, boring log footage look like it's out of a motion picture. First step is to make sure your camera is in log. I shoot with the Sony FX3, so for me, I make sure my camera is always in S-Log3. If you're in Canon, it's C-Log. If you're in Fuji, it's F-Log. If you're in Panasonic, it's V-Log. You get the idea. Every camera brand has their respective log profile. Now the footage is just dull. It's dull, it's boring, it's grayscaled. But with that, there is a lot of information in it. The first step I do to all my footage is I drag and drop in my JL node tree, which is going to be linked in my description down below, and you can purchase it from my online store. What this does is it transforms my clip from log to Rec 709. And what Rec 709 is just kind of the standard color profile that you throw on top of almost all log footage. And this stage is called the color correction. And what color correction is fixing the image to make it look almost as real as possible, as real to the human eye. So now that I've put the 709 on there, it looks a little bit more natural. But this step, anyone can do. Anyone can do this with log footage. Where it gets really fun is the color grading process. And what color grading is, it's the more creative step in the coloring process. You get to basically manipulate colors to create a special feel and a special look for your film. Essentially, color correction is about accuracy of colors, while color grading is more about artistic expression of colors. But right here I have a clip and it's Rec 709, and the first step is nailing down the white balance. Snowy February day leans more towards the blue side, and as I do agree with that, I'm more of a yellow, warmer temp type of person. I also like to move a little bit more towards the green style when it comes to tint, because that's kind of like what I'm going for and what my style really is. When it comes to curves, I make the slightest reverse S curve, and I stay away from the reds, the blues, and the greens simply because I've already really played with the white balance. What this curve does for me is it gives me a somewhat dull look that takes a lot of the sharpness of the colors off and puts a more grayish film over the top of the Rec 709 look. And then I move into the hues, and with the hues, I move into the hue versus hue curve. And this is where I get started in isolating colors. And then we have the color wheels, the lift, the gamma, the gain, and the offset. These are slight adjustments. And when I say slight, I mean like the most of 0.2 of an adjustment, just to even out some of the colors from the grade I previously did on the other nodes. It just evens it out and brings it back to what my overall look I'm going for is. And then finally, the last node I play with is the film look. This is a new feature in Davinci Resolve that allows you to control some of the film specific settings. The ones that are important to me is bloom, which simulates the glow of light around the bright areas in the image. Ultimately what it does is it blows out your highlights a little bit more. And then halations. It's a soft red glow around the edges of the highlights, and then vignette darkens or brightens the edges of a specific image. These three characteristics really give me the final look I'm going for in my image. A lot of the lenses these days that we shoot, photography lenses like the 16 to 35 G Master, they're really sharp lenses and they're good at being sharp lenses. But sometimes you want to pull some of that sharpness off and let some of the characteristics come out in the color correction process. And that's what that film look does within that last node. That's how I take my image looking from S-Log3 to Rec 709 to a fully color graded image and give it a little bit more personality, a little bit more of a nostalgic feel, and just bring some more life into it. But make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I love making videos where I can show how I use footage and manipulate it to kind of build a feel that is specific to me. Right here I will have linked a video to when I switched to Davinci Resolve and the reasons why I switched to using it as my everyday editor, and also a video on my last video in my old studio before we switch over to this thing and really start this new era and this new chapter of YouTube and my personal content. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.